AI, when you want to do analysis, just with a simple phone, you will get, in this case here, for example, a big company like Safaricom, they have done, in this case here, their analysis, they have put their profit and loss account on a newspaper, for example, Friday Nation. If you simply snap that particular, take just a photo, take a photo of that particular profit and loss and the balance sheet, and then you attach it to AI, then automatically you'll be able to do a lot of analysis. Thank you so much. Everybody has now downloaded this. You'll be able to do so much analysis. So then the very first thing that I would want us to do, I would want us today to use what we call Chat GPT. Yeah, the artificial intelligence tool we're using today is known as Chat GPT. So go to your Google. Yeah. Before I even tell you how to open that, basically this is the document that I've sent. The students who are wondering what kind of document is this is a statement that I've been able to send to you. Just a P&L for how many years? 5 years. Yeah, it looks funny. Just somebody has taken a photo of this. Yeah, it looks funny. So then do me a favor. I would want you, after you download, ensure that you save it. Yeah, so ensure that you save it. We shall save this document. All of us shall save the document. So ensure that you get to save it. Yeah, ensure that you get to save it. Yeah, you can see these 3 dots. The 3 dots up here. Yeah, save us. Yeah, you simply say save us. All right. Then you can very, very easily, in this case here, save this under documents. Actually, it's already there. Of course, you can see as a .png. It's just a photo. Yeah, save a type like that, and then you click save. Save it. You must save it because we shall be attaching it to our Chat GPT. You must save it. So have we done that, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know whether we have been able to do that. All of us, have we saved it? Yeah. Save it, save it, save it. In my case, I'd saved it. I don't want to save so many things. Yeah, great. And then now we go to the second thing. I want all of us to get signed in our Chat GPT. So go to your browser, and in this case here, look for, already me, I'm signed in. Yeah, so look for Chat GPT like that. Chat GPT, it is here. Yeah, search for it. You can see it is Chat GPT, OpenAI. Yeah. Yeah, so you click on this, you click on it. Mine will be able to take me directly. Yeah, you can see I get answers, find inspiration, be more productive. This is the key word for accountants. That with ChatGPT or these AI engines, and there are so many of them, like 9 of them, which I use at my workplace almost in most of the situations. It is all about being more productive to produce more. Yeah, and then I'll be able to say start now. So start now. Of course, some of you, it may not go direct like this. Some of you, you may need to sign up. Some of you may need to log in. Mine is open. Some of you may need to log in or you sign up. Yeah. Yeah. So is there somebody, of course, and most of you, I know it is, you are still on ChatGPT 3.0. Mine is ChatGPT 4.0. When we start, of course, the 4.0, you pay $20 per month. When we start, we shall start using the free version. But as we progress, I will be able to advise you guys. You'll be able to see value out of this. I'll tell you, hey, put $20 on your card, ensure that you pay for this, you upgrade. You upgrade. So, but before I continue, all of us, have we been able to reach here? All of us, have we been able to reach here? Yeah, I send James has not reached there. So the document is PL, this document, open. The document already is there in the chat area. The document is in the chat area. The document is in the chat area. Download it and then you save it. Download it and then you save it. Download it and then you save it. download it, and then you get to save it. All right. And then you open your chat GPT. So when you open your chat GPT, and then you'll allow me to at least be a bit, tough for me to be able to move ahead. We have to be a little bit tough because there will be people who will still keep on coming, even when it's close to finishing. Yeah, not being tough. Like, I should be able to make moves. I go like say 20 minutes. So when you see Mwalimu not answering your questions, I have some group that I'm walking around with, along with. So like for 20 minutes, and then I go back, I start again, I pick another group. So when you see Mwalimu not answering questions, I'm not ignoring them. I'll come back to them. I'll come back to them. So then the first group that joined here, I would want us in this case, ladies and gentlemen, to get to this prompt of ChatGPT. All right. So remember, when you are using this ChatGPT, even how you prompt ChatGPT, it's not obvious. It's not obvious. No. You need even at times to ask ChatGPT to give you a prompt. So for example, I will come and tell my ChatGPT here, right? I'm asking it, yeah. I'm telling ChatGPT that I have financial statements or P&L for 5 years, 5 years, and I want an expert analysis. I want an expert analysis of the same, full stop. Give me an appropriate, give me an appropriate, give me an appropriate, give me an appropriate, prompt. They are called prompts. Prompts to use, prompt to use, not prompts, to use here, to use. Don't worry about the spellings. You can always go back, or even, it has already taken it up. Appropriate. It has already taken this up. Yeah, appropriate prompt to use like that. I have profit and loss. Just make it complete. Profit and loss, profit and loss statements. Yeah, I can just leave it like that. Profit and loss statements for 5 years. And I want an expert analysis of the same. Give me an appropriate prompt to use. Yeah, and then you simply take this up like that. Take it up. Here is a professional and a comprehensive prompt you can use to request an expert of your 5-year P&L statements. You can see the prompt, a very nice prompt. Act as a senior financial analyst. Analyze the attached 5-year profit and loss statements in detail. Focus on the following areas. We have the revenue trends, yeah, gross profit margin, operating margin, net profit margin, expense breakdown, company and comparative analysis, financial ratios, strategic insights. Present your findings in a structured format, preferably with the tables and the key highlights. So this is the prompt. So then what I will do, ladies and gentlemen, there are many ways you can come and simply just highlight the whole of this. Yeah, up to here. Yeah, so Control C. Or in this case here, you can come and take it from here. But if you take it from here, it means later on you start editing. At times I don't. So come and put this as your prompt, Control V like that. And then now I hope all of us had saved. I hope all of us had saved that document, that photo. So come and attach it here. So here we attach, add photos and files. So look for it. It's P&L in my case, PNG like that. Yeah. Then I say open. It is attaching there. Yeah, it is attaching there. Already I can see it has now attached. It has attached. Right. So then now that I have the prompt, mine will be to simply go ahead and do what here? to simply go ahead and hit the button here, the enter button there. Yeah. And this is really a great tool. Very, very big tool. Yeah. Yeah. It is still analyzing. It's a heavy document. Just give it time. Give it time. So it shall be able to compute for you the key ratios. It will be able to compute for you the key ratios, give you narrations. It will be able to give you the report. You can see already it has done it. Yeah, just give it time. It is still processing. It has already done this. Give it time. Yeah, you can see the first thing it has done. If you expand this table, it has a place to expand the table. If you expand the table, you can see the first thing it has done here. It has given you the metric years. It has given you the 5 year. If you just come and scroll this, 5 years like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me just take it back to my query mode. So come here to the very end. So it is telling you the 5-year profit and loss statement has been structured and displayed. Has been structured and displayed. I will now proceed with a detailed expert analysis across the following areas. Let me now generate the full report. Let me now generate the full report. So the full report, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have over here? Yeah, you can see. I want us to move slowly, but before I continue, so here is the expert financial analysis of 5-year P&L statement. But first of all, I would want to know, is there any student who has been able to reach where Mwalimu has reached by any chance before I go back and then I start explaining this thing from scratch again? From scratch again. Is there any student who has been able to reach where Mwalimu has reached? Any student who has been able to reach where Mwalimu has reached? Because you see, I expect you to be doing exactly what Mwalimu is doing. What Mwalimu is doing. I expect you to be doing exactly what Mwalimu is doing. All right. So then we go back to our report. We go back to our report. So this is really something you as an accountant, if it leaves you behind, as I told you during lunch hour, this is a disruptive tool. Very disruptive tool. Very disruptive tool. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. So let me come back to the report here. We are together. Thank you so much. My prompt is different. Yeah, it cannot be the same. It cannot be the same, but you'll see most of the things are the same. All right. So we have here revenue trends and the average growth rate. This average growth rate, compounding average growth rate. Yeah, where you look at, for example, from year 1 to year 5, you simply calculate for us an average growth rate. Yeah, without factoring in the other years. So year 1 and year 5 only, compounding average growth rate. And remember, if you don't understand, like now, these abbreviations, you simply will be able to come and type here. Tell me more information about this category. Yeah, and even give me the formulas. So like now you can see what it is telling us. Sales revenue growth. Year 1, 1.4. Year 5, 2.2. The compounding average growth rate is 12.2%. Strong and consistent. Top line growth, averaging 12% per year. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, whenever you hear, and those of you who would want to become chief finance officers, you always hear people talking about, in this case, your top line. If you look at your income statement, the top line is revenue. Yeah, and the bottom line is what here? Profits. So whenever you hear somebody talking about top line, you know it's sales they're talking about. But most of the times, they'll come and tell you, hi, we see sales is really growing, but what is our bottom line looking like? They're basically asking for what here? For profitability. analysis. Whenever you're doing your analysis, always start with the top line. Yeah, always start with your top line. All right. So then we have year over year growth. So you can see now the year over year growth. Now we have year two. So from year one to year two, 10.7, year three, like that year over year growth. I mean, I can see like there is great growth rates there. All right. Gross profit margin, margins are declining from 40% year one to 34% years three to years five. Yeah, not a big decline, but not very impressive. Everybody is in business to ensure that every other year their gross profit margin is going up. Despite revenue growth, rising material costs and the direct service costs are eroding profitability. Yes, please, I can see your comments, but I'll be able to get back to you. Then we have operating profit margin like that. So these are things that I would expect you, Grace and Romain, to read them later. You can see the expense structure analysis, wages, overheads, and amortization, year one to year five, big increase. The expense ratio, in this case here, going down, it's giving you an improvement. When expenses go down, that's an improvement. I'm not here to read for you this. I'm so sure these are things that you'll be able to do on your own later on. So allow me to read, in this case here, a few messages. Yeah, it will be upgraded. It will not upgraded, but it will be uploaded on the LMS immediately. It will be uploaded on the LMS immediately. Actually, I am of a different opinion. This time around, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do for the sake of ensuring that this course is finished very well, I've done videos. I've done videos covering the entire syllabus. So then in that case, I would expect once that you have been able to get connection to our learning management system, please go ahead of Mwalimu. Go ahead of Mwalimu for you to be able to finish, in this case here, watching this, the entire course, even the entire syllabus. So that whenever we have our live classes, which will be coming on Monday, Saturday, and Sunday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., I strongly believe that we should be covering technical areas. Otherwise, what I've discovered, teaching like now, this class is really growing. You're teaching like 200 students, all of them at the same time live, and they have not watched these videos before, it can become challenging. We may not be able to really make the progress that you guys expect. So we shall be able to give you access, ladies and gentlemen, to the videos. And ensure those videos you can, increase the speed, lower the speed, all right? And then, of course, you can even chat with us on WhatsApp. It is something that I just thought about, because there are courses in this case that are not able to make progress simply because you come here, somebody tells you, you know what, I've just come in, I don't have this document. So we tend to waste lots of time. So what I've done, I've been able to record for the AI for accountants and auditors, the whole syllabus. So those videos will be able to get them from tomorrow. All right. And they're quite short. So you get there, you watch, especially if you know that you have got challenges with IT. If you know you've got challenges with IT, please watch those videos before you come to class. So when you come here now, you'll be looking at the technical. I'll be repeating those things, but you're looking at the technical areas. And I thought that that would make us move pretty fast. And then we get to finish. We get to finish. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember this course is AI for accountants and auditors. At Aura and Company, of course, I have a licensed audit organization here, audit firm. Yeah. How do we use like now this ChatGPT 4.0? Yeah, to do our work very, very easily. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what we do initially before this AI, I remember like there is a time we used to have these great clients. Yeah. Yeah. We have been in the business for some time. So you have like, say, 15 big clients, great hotels in Mombasa, KMPDU, this for medical practitioners, dentist union. Yeah. They were our clients, even right now, they're our clients. Yeah. So in this case here, it reaches a time you have to be in the office, especially during these audit opinions. You have to be in the office like the whole night. Yeah, day one, day two, day. But after AI came along, our life has become very easy. And this is now, ladies and gentlemen, like now during the analytical procedure, remember, whenever you are doing audit, you have finished your test of controls. Now you come straight away to, for example, the test of details, what we call substantive tests. Substantive tests comes from the name substantial, assuming in this case here the umbrellas, the internal controls are not very, very good. It means as an auditor, my net, what we call the nature, extent, and the timing of audit procedures, the depth has to be bigger. Yeah, the nature, extent of the audit procedures I will be putting in place if the internal control systems are not working very well will be much deeper. Now then, what shall I do as an auditor if I got this kind of financial statements? So if I got this kind of financial statements, ladies and gentlemen, I will simply come and ask my prompt here. I don't have to always keep on asking for prompt. I'll be able to tell, for example, this particular AI that I want to do, I want to carry out audit of the most risky areas in the P&L, in the profit and loss, in the profit and loss, using analytical procedures, using analytical procedures, identify those areas for me, full stop. Yeah, all right. So remember, we are using the same attached 5-year profit and loss statement. Profit and loss statement. We're using the same 5-year attached 5-year profit and loss statement. And then you hit enter. Yeah, it's of course in this case here, yeah, it's giving you things there. It's giving you things there. So if it is year-on-year changes, year 1 to year 2, sales revenue change like that. You know, when it is doing this risky areas identification, it's trying to look at growth rates. Yeah, so we continue. Yeah. So what is it telling us, ladies and gentlemen, here? So analytical procedures means what you're computing ratios, right? You compute ratios, and tell us those danger areas here. Based on analytical procedures, using the 5-year profit and loss statement, here are the key audit risk areas identified due to unusual fluctuations, inconsistencies, or significant changes. So we have net profit. They're telling us it is a high risk area. Year 2 to year 3, 62.5%. Look at that change. Year 3 to year 4, 326.7%. Reason? Extreme volatility suggests possible non-operational gains, stroke losses, income manipulation, or misstated expenses, stroke tax. Requires a detailed substantive testing on income tax, interest items, and non-recurring expenses. So I don't want to go to these assertions. Remember assertions. First of all, in practice, when we talk of substantive tests, we normally talk of what here? A, E, O, U. A, E, O, U. I should not have put that there. So under substantive tests, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at that A, E, O, U. A means what here? Analytical procedures. As an auditor, I must compute ratios. Very, very important. A means what here? Inquiries and third-party confirmations. I must inquire quite a lot as a seasoned auditor. because I'm required here to be very, very skeptical, to be doubting. When these accountants are giving me information, I should not take whatever information they give me like to be gospel truth. I would want to doubt this so that I can be able to now get substantive evidence. All right. So whenever we talk of A is inquiries and third-party confirmations. So when these accountants tell me that, you know what, from the balance sheet, our bank balance was 30 million as at the end of last year, I'll tell them no problem, but please give me permission to talk to your bank. So I ask the bank in this case here, what was the bank balance by 31st December of 2024? Yeah. Then we have RAE. E is inspections. I'll be doing a lot of inspections, a lot of vouching, tracing documents, tracing figures in the financial statement here to various vouchers, to various invoices. A lot of inspections will be done. U, in this case here, not U, but O, stands for observation. So you see, observation, you shall be looking at people or processes in action. Yeah, you've told me that you have a control where there is a soldier at the gate, if it's a school, and this soldier at the gate will have to be looking at receipts of students. So as an auditor, I would want to use, for example, CCTV. Sit somewhere, even for like a number of hours, because we also do samples, isn't it? Yeah, we observe a man in action, a process in action. That is called observation. And then we have U for recalculations. At least there is a U, recalculations like that. All right. So then it will be very, very important, and I can use in this case here ChatGPT, yeah, to accurately tell me the kind of risky areas that I need to put my lenses, strong lenses upon. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, audit, you're not going to audit like the whole thing. You're not doing a census here. We are sampling. And if it's sampling, I would rather always watch out on the key areas of risk. Like in this case here now, through the changes, these people have been able to tell me, the ChatGPT has been able to tell me that, hey, you know what? The way, in this case here, the profit is fluctuating is not normal. If I go and, for example, find my sales revenue growing too high, sales revenue is growing too high, and the gross profit margin is either constant or it's going down, then in this case here, as an auditor, I will raise a flag. Why is sales going up? And in this case here, GPM, gross profit margin, is going down. There must be things they are cooking there. There must be things that are hiding in the cost of what you say, sales. So then the cost of sales becomes a risk area. If it is sales that I've now identified that to be a risk area through ChatGPT, then what do? I will have to do so many things. I'll have to look at what, for example, we call management assertions. Management assertions, I don't want to teach you like audit here. You know, here I'm making an assumption. As you come in this case here to this class, I'm making one assumption, and we'll have to agree. The assumption is that you are a very good accountant. You are a very good accountant. Or do you want me to make an assumption that you guys are not good accountants? You know, it's a 1-month course, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, thank you so much, Francisca. Somebody has responded there. The classes will be on Monday, Saturday, Sunday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Would you want me to make that assumption for the sake of moving? Yeah, we are good ones, yes. Yeah, we are good ones. So I don't want to belabor like explaining those things that you did in the CPA. Mine is basically high level, and then I finish like that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that is why actually these particular sessions are supposed to be done by people who are at the bare minimum. People who have finished intermediate level, bare minimum. Although even if you're at a lower level, yeah, accountants and auditors, great. Then we should be able to move very fast and finish this course. Ladies and gentlemen, please listen. Please listen. What in this case here is this AI telling me? You can see they have gone ahead to give me the summary of top audit focus areas ranked. Start with net profit, extreme volatility, and possible misstatements. EBIT, sharp decline, rebound without matching revenue changes. Wages and salaries has been flagged. Unusual growth rate could signal fraud or inefficiency. Amortization, consistent, unexplained decreases, then we have gross profit margin is also a risky area. Then it goes ahead. I love ChatGPT, and that is why we are working on this with this quite aggressively at our audit firm. It asks you, let me know if you'd like substantive procedures or specific audit programs tailored to each risk area. Now, I would expect you later on, because also yours on the other end is asking you the same. I would want you to go and see, like, how does this specific audit program look like? Yeah, the substantive procedures, like which substantive procedures will I be able to apply on net profit, on EBIT? So I would want you to come and tell ChatGPT, just tell it yes here. Later on, at your own time, explore the world with it. If you tell it yes, it will go ahead and, ladies and gentlemen, do what here and give you the program. Yeah, give you the substantive procedures for each of those risk areas. And you should always tell it to give you those things in table format. To give you those things in table format, you copy them. Yeah, IAO audit working paper, like that risk area, net profit, analytical, IAO inquiries, great things. Great things. Compare net profit margins with industry averages and prior years. In this case here, what do? Investigate. Inquiries. Ask management about any one cut-off gains, losses, provisions, or this is really, really marvelous. Ladies and gentlemen, as I finish with this profit and loss, the other thing, especially for audit, audit, we don't audit all areas. If, for example, I come to audit you, ladies and gentlemen, I will be looking at what we call materiality. If I get some errors, when I'm doing this register of errors, I will not be petty to ask you to, in this case here, correct all errors, including immaterial ones. No, we only would want to request for correction of material errors. If errors are material, they are material, we have told you to, in this case here, correct, and you have refused to correct, then what we shall do, we shall explain to you the impact of that decision you have taken on our audit opinion. Remember, when I come to audit you, I don't have an intention of giving you an adverse opinion. Because I know if I give you an adverse opinion, and for example, you are a bank, you'll have a bank run. People will start, in this case, you're running away. So I must even have a sit down with the directors. Tell directors, in this case here now, I've told you to correct this and this and this, and you have refused. All right? This will be the effect. If I give you, for example, a disclaimer where I'm saying that I was not able to get, in this case here, enough information to be able to put down an audit opinion, of course, people will wonder, why were you hiding information? But most importantly, we always work with what we call materiality whenever it comes to correction of errors. Materiality, there are two types of materiality. We have what we call overall materiality, and we have performance materiality. So you don't even have to really understand what they are. Go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to differentiate for you the overall materiality and the performance material. First of all, tell ChatGPT in layman's language, I don't understand this. Explain to me what is the difference between overall. First of all, start by defining and give me a clear difference. But in my case, because I know what I'm doing, I'll simply get back to my ChatGPT. All right. So I'll be able to come to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT that now I want you to set for me overall materiality, and performance materiality and performance materiality using year 5 information. Year 5 information. Year 5 information. Yeah, because you're auditing, for example, year 5 materiality. Sorry, yeah. Material. materiality. Yeah, don't worry about the spellings. Those ones will always even autocorrect themselves. Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember in practice, whenever it comes to the P&L, when I'm auditing P&L, the overall materiality, I can peg it on sales. Yeah, I take lower one, 1% of the sales amount. Depending on the controls, if I want to do a lot of work, if the company does not have very good controls, I would set lower materiality threshold, right? Can take 1% of the sales figure. But in most cases, the auditors who are seasoned, who are with us here, they'll tell you that we normally set materiality on the basis of PBT, profit before tax. Depending on, in this case here, the controls, in most cases, we work with 5%. So you take 5% of what here? 5% of the PBT. If you get a figure like 10,000, that is the overall materiality. Overall materiality is for the whole, for example, P&L. But when I'm looking at the individual errors, when I add them and I get the total figure being like 12,000, which is greater than the overall materiality of 10,000, then that would mean that I put in a request. Tell in this case here, the directors here to make changes because the overall materiality is really too high. Performance materiality now is for the individual. When I'm doing my audit, when I'm checking the balances, I don't have to wait like after I've finished doing the entire audit is when I come and I can test these things from the beginning. Go to receivables, check the individual materiality. That is now we are performing the audit. We are going to one item at a time. So in this case, let's see what ChatGPT is doing. And I would want to encourage you to even go and get more information from what here, from this AI engine. So come here, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what it's saying about this. Now, I want you to set for me the overall materiality and the performance materiality using year 5 information. You can first of all even just leave out this year 5 information. Yeah, materiality. And then of course you should get used to the fact of telling ChatGPT that, hey, I'm a weak person in this area. Just explain in layman's language. Yeah, when you get time, that's what I would want you to be doing. So you come here, you hit like that. So step by step, overall, the planning materiality, this is the threshold for the financial statements as a whole. It is based on a relevant benchmark. Usually, it's profit before tax, 5%, 10%. At Aura and Co, we prefer using this lower so that we do more work. Yeah. Then we have revenue, 0.5 to 1%, EBITDA, etc. You don't have to cram this now. Now we have AI. Don't cram anything. Never cram anything. So in your case, since net profit is highly volatile and margins are very low, the most stable and relevant benchmark is revenue. And this revenue, we shall be able to pick for year 5. You can see it is 2.2. If you look at the photo that I sent you, we take the 2.2 million, we take 1%, which is 22,000. So the overall materiality has been set at USD 22,000. What does this mean? What does this mean? If you feel that this ChatGPT AI has not given you enough information regarding overall materiality, you simply go there. Tell ChatGPT, thank you so much for defining this overall materiality for me, but I don't know how to use it. What does it mean? All right. But for now, let's just go ahead and read this. Performance materiality. This is set at a percentage of overall materiality. It's normally 75%. At Aura and Co, we normally use 75%. So if we had this as USD 22,000, the performance materiality will be 75% of this. It's normally lower. This is set at a percentage of overall materiality to reduce the risk that undetected errors exceed overall materiality, range 50 to 75%. Assuming a higher risk environment due to profit volatility and the cost fluctuations, let's apply a lower one, 50% of that. So performance materiality is 11,000. Clearly, we have trivial thresholds. Trivial threshold. There are those items, even if they don't hit this, you still have to audit them. This is the level below which misstatements are considered clearly trivial and are not accumulated. Common rule, achana na hiyo. Okay. Now you come here to the summary table. Overall, 22%, performance, 11, trivial misstatement level, no worries. Would you like this formatted into an official auditing planning memo? We must get this audit planning memo section or working paper format. In this case, you simply go and tell them yes. Yeah, you hit like that. Then you will end up being the perfect auditor outside there. Yeah, so you can see audit materiality, overall planning, basis justification, very good. Yeah, the audit materiality working paper. So when we come to do peer review, because we are allowed to do peer review upon request in your audit firm, I'll be able to get this audit materiality working paper on your audit file for this particular client. All right. All right. So your audit materiality and working paper has been prepared, including etc. Each item includes like that. Then come and tell them, how do I use the materiality thresholds above in requesting for error adjustments. Yeah, for error adjustments before I issue my audit opinion. Audit opinion. Will stop, enter. So you have to pretend like you're a young baby. Yeah, for you to be able to get maximum out of this AI, you're a young baby, you don't know anything, you'd want to get, in this case here, maximum benefit out of this. So first of all, for the overall materiality, accumulate all detected misstatements. Throughout the audit, accumulate all corrected and uncorrected misstatements, factual judgments, projected errors, exclude trivial ones. Yeah, evaluate misstatements against performance materiality. Yeah, if the total of uncorrected misstatements exceeds performance materiality, you cannot rely on sufficient audit evidence. Must expand your audit procedures because that is dangerous, and request management to adjust. Communicate and request adjustments from management. When uncorrected misstatements individually or in total approach or exceed performance materiality, formally present a schedule of misstatements to management called a summary of uncorrected misstatements. Request correction to ensure the financial statements are not materially misstated, using words like, we have identified audit adjustments totaling to this, which exceeds our performance materiality of this. In our view, unless corrected, this may result in a material misstatement. We request that this be adjusted prior to finalization of the financial statements. If management refuses to adjust, yeah, so they're giving you very, very good. Very, very good. So in this case, you can come and tell them, give me a practical illustration with numbers on how the materiality thresholds will be applied in this case. So it doesn't matter whether it uses dummy numbers or whatever. So in this case, so ladies and gentlemen, I want to open your thoughts to something that is really key to you. That this is a river flowing down. It depends on the kind of questions you keep on asking. All right. So you can see, for example, audit findings and adjusted misstatements, understated wages expense, factual error, amount 5,000, bonus not accrued for December. So something like that. By the time you finish following even this, just one example that I've given you, you will end up being a very, very serious auditor, a very, very serious accountant. Because also, you see, as an accountant, you need to know how you handle auditors. So knowing this language will really, really assist you even in terms of how you defend yourself. So let me now look at the messages. Yeah, thank you so much. There is somebody who is telling you guys that, hey, you need to join this course. But from this presentation, first class presentation, do you think this course is relevant to you people? Do you think it's a course that is relevant to you people? Please give me feedback. Very relevant. Very relevant. You'll be surprised if you leave this bandwagon to go. And then you say that myself, I'm over 45 years, I don't need this AI. You will be left behind. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. It's a paradigm shift, yes. So you need, in this case here, to hit our person's number there, 0793 555 000, 0793 555 000. And then, of course, they will be able to do what here to admit you. Great. Now, remember, we had in this case here, an early bird discount of 5,000 instead of 7,500. I think the early bird discount is over. It is over. This course is a high value course. You need to pay the entire 7,500 if you never paid the early bird discount. This is a high value course. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would want us now to change gear. Let's shift gears. Let's shift gears. So the gears that I'm shifting, I would want us to look at cash flow. Because you must be very good in terms of, first of all, interpreting financial statements before I show you how do you construct these financial statements using AI. And then I take you through what we call bank reconciliation, not bank alone, but reconciliations basically using AI. So then I'm attaching something very important here for you that I would want you to download. Yeah, please download it. Yeah, it's already in the comment section. Get ahead and you download it. Get ahead and then you download it. Once you download it, send it to our friends on WhatsApp. We have a paid group for AI students. Paid group for AI students. And the AI students who have paid, please, I'm going to put you in our videos. Yeah, ensure like after our tomorrow's class, you'll have like 3 days in between. All right. Ensure that you watch most of those videos before we meet. Grace is asking whether they can still pay this early bird discount. I don't know whether it was supposed to end today in the evening. I'm not very sure. Please reach out that number 0793 555 000, but we shall not extend that. If it ended, unfortunately, intermediate, I would like to finish the CPAs. My question is, which degree will be best for a CPA graduate, and how long will it take me to acquire one? Now, ladies and gentlemen, if I were you at this level, you'll be surprised I will not advise you guys to do BCom accounting, BCom finance. Not unless you're going to do this from an international university, which is incorporating heavily data analytics and artificial intelligence into the program. Otherwise, if it is these local universities here that are going to teach you this debited credit, I will not advocate for them. I will not advocate for them. Yeah. So if I were you, I will now start changing trajectory. Yeah. Outside here, most of this number crunching now will be done by AI. Now we'll be required here to look at the soft side. These things that you guys don't take very, very seriously. Yeah, like you could do BCom, but HR. For you to take advantage of what are some exemptions. You could do BCom, in this case here, marketing. Because I'm telling you, you'll come to tell me, I've been in this business for long. 3, 4, 5 years down the line, this number crunching will not be so much. It will be about these soft things, public speaking, marketing, being able to convince, yeah, being able to sell. All right. We shall overcome. Don't start campaigning for any, but just ensure that your program that you're going to take, ladies and gentlemen, has a lot of data, analytics, artificial intelligence, robotics, because the future accountant should even be able to code a few financial reporting programs. A future accountant like myself here, having worked for an international firm, which is called ARO, AARO. It's a Swedish organization, software company. That's where I came to learn about these things. Yeah, I can code. I'm able to do Python. I know Python language. All right. Now you guys are lucky because I'll be able to guide you slowly, slowly like that. But if you are going there to again start learning about debit credit, no. Even at master's level, I would want my students here to do MBA, data analytics. Yeah, start changing. I would want my students here to be very good in terms of report writing, courses that deal with report writing. Do, for example, MBA project management. And if it's project management, you're also doing like this PMP, the international one. Yeah, but even if it's project management again, I can only go to a university that is very good in data analytics, very good in terms of, for example, they have a unit on grants management. Yeah, writing proposals. Because right now, as an accountant, if you don't know how to write great proposals, of course, now with ChatGPT, you'll be able to write them very well. All right. Yeah, very convincingly, right? But it's important that at least you are taught on how to write the prompts. Again, like how do you write these things in a way that somebody, when they see your report, they'll not say that this is AI. It's something I'll also be able to teach you here. Yeah, because when you get, for example, like, I mean, there are those normal AI terms. You're supposed to know how to avoid them. All right. Ya kama ushafanya I won't remember, it's forward ever, backward never. Kama umefanya angalia mbele. So ukienda kama ni PhD whatever, now jaribu kuangalia course kuna data analytics. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Itang'aa. Yeah, itang'aa. Itang'aa. It's not itang'aa. But can you kindly tell me whether you've been able to download what I've sent you guys? Can you kindly confirm that you have been able to download what I've sent to you? Great. So everybody has already downloaded. Thank you so much. So then I'll be able to share this document here for us to see what Mwalimu would want you to do today. All right. Yeah, let me attach it again. Everybody must be having it. Yeah, auditor, I'll be able to comment on that. Yeah, that's very good. Data privacy, I'll be able to comment on that. That's a very good question. I'll be able to comment about those things after my class. Let me comment about them after my class. After my class, allow me to comment about this after my class. All right. So once you download that document, ladies and gentlemen, I would expect you to move ahead and save it. Save it in your documents. Save it in your documents. Save it in your documents. Lakini sasa uzuri mili, hata kuwa umesoma yoyote mpaka masters and whatever, AI now it's about things being simplified. Like within a month, what I'll be teaching you here is quite big. You'll be surprised. What I'll be teaching you here within a month is what you covered in your entire masters in 2 years. In 2 years. So ushafanya already the hard work. Moving forward, it will be very, very easy. So ladies and gentlemen, I have some information here. This information, you can see it's an income statement. It's an income statement. It is an income statement. Yeah, for a company called Bugs. So you can see the top line revenue. You can see the bottom line here, 552. We have additional notes, dividends paid during the year, 99. New machinery purchased, 135. proceeds from disposal of machinery. Of course, this will automatically go to investing activities. Yeah. The bags company statement of financial position has been given. So for me to be able to do a cash flow statement, you must be given 2 year statement of financial positions here. So like now we have the current year and the previous year. Income statement will only go for 1, right? So we have equity, liabilities, etc. So they want us to be able to do what here? To be able to do a cash flow statement out of this. So then if you have saved your work, this is what I expect you to do. If you have saved it, maybe you've called it cash flow. Like in my case, I've called it cash flow. So I'll be able to go to my chat GPT. So come to chat GPT here. Once you are here, ladies and gentlemen, get your chat GPT here. And then you will be able to, this is an easy one. Yeah, first attach this, add photos and files. Yeah, I'm looking for what I saved as cash flow. It is here, cash flow PDF. Yeah, then you say open. Yeah, it's attaching there. Great. Now, once, ladies and gentlemen, in this case here, you attach this one here, then what do? Come and tell this one that I need a cash flow statement, No, I need a cash flow statement. Reconciling cash balances. Are you able to see your figures, cash balance of, let me just go back and see it. Cash balance, you can see the cash balance, cash and cash equivalents, 84 and 195. Yeah, cash, this is the opening. The current one is the closing, right? 84, 195. A cash balance of 84 and 195. Great. So I need a cash flow statement. So use indirect approach. This is most common use. Indirect approach. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. I've worked with this AI for quite some time now. The very first year that you are doing this, like now this one here, this current year you are doing this, it may not be accurate. So normally what we do, once we produce whatever we shall produce, I will sit down with my team. Like I used to run a team of about 25 accountants under me. So we sit down with this team and cast the numbers. Get this particular cash flow that they have given me. I take it straight away to what? To our Excel. So once it's in Excel, we shall be able to cast the totals, see what is happening. We discuss with the entire team. And then whatever results we get, if they're accurate, we tell ChatGPT AI, perfect. And we shall be giving now AI in the subsequent years the same templates. It shall never, ever make a mistake. If the first year was wrong, then of course you'll keep on blaming this ChatGPT, it's wrong. No. You correct and go back and give it other prompts. Telling in this case here, you went wrong here because the dividends given, you were not able to slot them under whatever. So you tell it. Remember, it works under what we call ML, machine learning. So the machine is learning. As you keep on, in this case, interrogating it, the machine is also learning. And it shall start working like exactly you. Yeah, it is mimicking what you're telling it. All right. So it will be very, very important for you to know that, most people, like I know, over 80% of people outside here, they're saying, I don't want AI because it gives us wrong answers. No, it is giggle, garbage in, garbage out. What prompts are you giving it? What information are you giving it? And of course, you should be able to guide it for the future. So then I've been able to put down my prompt here. All right. Then I should be able to come here. And in this case, you see I've attached it. Then I should be able to come here and give it to the search engine. It's analyzing. Yeah, so it is giving us the cash flow statement here. Yeah, cash flow from operating activities, etc. Yeah, not a problem. That should not scare you at all. So like now you can see the way it has given us cash flow from investing activities, purchase of machinery, proceeds. Remember that proceeds of from disposal of machinery. Very good. Very good. Cash flow from financing activities. We have the summary. So like now when you look at this, really, it's good. It's very good. Let me go back here. 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 All right. So let's go to the very end here. Now, here is your cash flow statement using the direct approach, reconciling the cash movement from US dollars 84 million to US dollars 195 million. It includes cash flows from operating, investing, financing activities, etc. Tell it no problem. Good, good, good. But I need it to follow the IFRS format. IFRS format, to be precise, what we call IAS 7. IAS 7. You hit the ball hard. Hit the ball hard. Hmm? Changes in working capital, etc. Interest paid. Cash and cash equivalents. All right. So then I would expect you, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, to share with me your screens and to see how yours is coming up. Please share your screens with me. I get to see how yours looks like. Yeah, I'll be able to comment on this issue of data privacy. This is really, really important. This is really, really important. I'll be able to comment on that. Yeah, Robert is sharing his screen. I want to see what you guys are able to do, especially if yours has reconciled first. And then we go to the ones. Yeah, you can see in this case, yeah, very, very good. Yeah, I like the black screen. Wow. Profit before tax adjustments for operating profit, changes in working capital, etc., cash generated from operations. Let's pull it down. Oh, great. Any other person in this case, Robert? I wanted to sit down. Yes, 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 yes. You see, they calculated, sorry, they calculated, Robert, you have dropped it when I'm reading something very, very important there. Actually, that one would have been the best. When it doesn't reconcile, what do you do? Should you cry? No. That's what I said. You will need to, again, give it further prompts, even get, in this case here, this information from this ChatGPT to Excel and look at it with your team. Yeah. Olonde Alan, let me see whether yours is reconciling. Very good. No problem. Now you guys are dropping even before we see whether it's reconciling. Why do you drop it? So like this ninja is reconciling. Thank you so much. Bags, company, everything. Let me get from a ninja whose reconciliation is not reconciling. Down here, you can see like now this one is reconciling very well. Yeah, Olonde, let's move down. Taxes paid and interest paid are disclosed separately as per IS, which is good. Yeah, yours has reconciled. Yours has reconciled. Let me get from another ninja whose has not reconciled because they don't have to reconcile. If I come here to tell you that they must always reconcile, the first year, it's like how we come up with the opening balances when we are auditing. They don't have to agree. Yeah, they don't have to agree. So if it refuses, then what do? You'll get others telling you that, for example, tax has been estimated. You go ahead and tell them, no, why do you estimate? And the tax is given in the income statement. At times it will miss. When you want to reconcile it, it misses. It misses, for example, it takes, instead of saying opening is 95, it misses. So you just direct it. And once you direct it, it learns. So as I wait for you ninjas in this case here to share your screens, Rachel, thank you so much. They dropped very fast. Allow me to comment. Yeah, so please go down a little bit to see. Go down a little bit to see. Yeah, yours is reconciling. I've already seen yours is reconciling. And you can see from 84, 195 because of this 111. Yours is reconciling. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please listen and I'll be able to make this beautiful. You can see notes on key calculations. These are the notes you give to your people who are trying to assist you to even identify errors. Yeah, can ChatGPT analyze PDF data? So please now then allow me to make a few comments. Yusuf, if you don't mind, allow me to make a few comments. Number one, allow me to make a few comments here before I allow you to share your screen, Yvonne. Just allow me to make a few comments here. Allow me to make a few comments here. Just a very few comments. Very few comments. We shall overcome. J screen. Don't worry, we shall overcome. Just a few comments. Can ChatGPT analyze PDF data? PDF data. Now, allow me to share my screen, number one, before I make the most important comment. So you see, this is PDF data that we have. If you save it and attach it to ChatGPT, automatically it'll be able to analyze. The other good way, especially these people who are concerned with data privacy, please listen. The machine is always learning. The house never loses. The machine is always learning. So if, for example, I have documents belonging to RCM that I would want to analyze online, I will never, ever put anything in this case here from my documents that has got RCM anywhere because the machine is learning. So if it's income statement and it has a title, let me just show you here. Like even for my clients, what I'll do, so if, for example, I had up here like a title, yeah. So what I'll do, I'll simply come here, this PDF, right? This PDF, I'll be able to come here, ladies and gentlemen, this PDF, I will be able to, in this case here, basically, you just highlight everything. This is a very, very powerful thing. Highlight everything. Normally, you say Control C. Imagine it's a PDF thing. You say Control C. Let's see what is going to happen. When I have highlighted and I've said Control C, I will ensure that RCM doesn't appear anywhere. I go back to my ChatGPT. I go back to my ChatGPT. So this ChatGPT, I will simply tell it, I have information that I would like you to capture in form of a table, like that, full stop, and then you say Control V. You see the way it is, that's just put here cost of goods sold like that. But when you hit the ball, this thing will be able to give you a table. Yeah, it's analyzing. You'll be able to organize very, very well. You'll be able to organize very, very well. You'll be able to organize very, very well. Yeah, you can see now the bags company. So this bags company, now what you will do, you will simply go to the very end, like now here, you copy, right? And then you open a Word document. Just open any Word document. Open any Word document. Yeah. Let me just get a new one. Yeah. So come here, you say Control V. So when you say Control V, ladies and gentlemen, I copied the wrong one. I shall overcome. Control Z. I copied the wrong one. Let me just see here. All right. No worries. Always in this case here, this thing will always have a solution. If it doesn't want to, like I've tried copying, it has only picked this, no problem. So in this case here, I will tell it, I want to copy the above table to my Word document. It will give you something, my Word document. It will give you something. So like, for example, hover each display table in the chart, click copy table button that appears in the top right, open your option 2, export to Word document formatted. If you preferably prefer a neatly formatted Word document with all tables, would you like me to generate a downloadable? Yeah. So in this case here, I'll simply come and just reply yes, generate Word file. Yes. Generate Word file. I don't want that thing of hovering because it will normally give you like 4 tables. Yeah, let's just do one document. I take this one document up there. I like AI because the AI is a whole world of possibilities. So download the Bugs Company financial statements. It's downloading. Yeah, it is here now. Yeah, it is here. Now it is here. If you want, now you can pick this as well. You say you want Excel, etc., and go and cast it in Excel. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope, is there anybody who has been able to do what exactly Mwalimu has done? Because I'm doing this for you. I would want you to be doing what I'm doing. I'm doing this for you. Is there anybody who has been able to do exactly what I've done? Like that thing of copying a PDF document. You know, initially you could not be able to format. Now this thing can format for us a PDF document very, very easily. Yeah, Rachel is sharing her screen. Yeah, you can see what Rachel has done. Great. Great job. Great job. Great job. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, again, don't get tired. I want you to start practicing this thing heavily. Like now you'll still come to this ChatGPT. Yeah. Go back to your ChatGPT. Go back to your ChatGPT. Go back to your ChatGPT here. All right. And then tell ChatGPT now, I want an expert financial analysis of the above data, or of the above table, doesn't matter. It will be able to give you. Yeah. So if it's profit, it's explaining for you. Revenue, solid top line. Very good. Even the language, this kind of language, you use it like this, you get a promotion. Gross profit, 91.5, very high, likely a service or a high margin product business. Operating profit, exceptional operating efficiency, etc. Insights, high profitability at all levels indicate strong pricing power, well-managed cost structure, possibly low cost of goods sold, e.g. software consulting, cash flow analysis, etc., like that. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, then, my upload time is over till tomorrow. Yeah, that is why when we start in this case here doing these things like seriously, you will now see the need of going for the ChatGPT 4.0 RMW. But for now, if I tell you to buy it, you will say, Mwalimu, now you are adding a cost onto us. But I'm so sure once we start doing serious things here, you will see the need of paying those $20 for only 1 month. Don't renew. But what I know, the moment you start doing serious things with it, then you will be able to renew throughout. My 3 attempts finished. I shall overcome. I will overcome. I will overcome. I will overcome. Ladies and gentlemen, this having been our very, very first session, I think we have done justice to our lesson. If we end it here, I think we have done pretty well. I will be able to upload this video and others that I've already done covering the entire syllabus on the learning management system. Please take your time, like tomorrow is a holiday, watch all of them. Try to practice on your own. It shall be well. Thanks, Brian. Data protection, yes. Very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. Don't start, in this case here, taking your work, your company's work to AI directly. Yeah. And what we normally do, if you don't have that, there are big farms that are able to procure special APIs. Yeah, for their farms like PwC, etc. Those ones, of course, you can put your clients' names there. But the very best, try whatever documents you have, don't put your client's name on it when you are uploading documents to AI, because AI is learning. AI will be able next time when, for example, people ask AI, tell us something small about RCM, it will give all those information. So you have to be very, very careful. Always try to edit out information about your company. Yeah, how does one access the LMS? We shall be able to give you further instructions. Yeah, see me, no. On TT, we shall be able to give you further instructions on how to access this LMS on WhatsApp. And that will be from tomorrow when I finish uploading the videos. Otherwise, it has been a lovely evening. Thank you so much, Robert Kirui. We will overcome. Everything is okay. Have a lovely night. Bye. Yes, kuna class throughout. Hizo masiku tumesema hakuna kumiss class. Monday, Saturday, Sunday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Thank you so much, Noel. Thank you so much, PC.